tapestry that is this community beyond just those voices you hear from the spiritual life team often. And in that, we acknowledge that we are still a community of diverse voices. Yep, it does that. You have to close a specific tab. It'll be good. I'll keep going. And we inhabit a variety of faith traditions and identities. So it's important that everyone feels welcome and able to observe. We're being a little bit experimental today. So please jump in, trust us, and take risks, but also step back when you need to. Stay in a place that is worship for you. So if you need to leave at any point in time, feel welcome to come back if you want to, but do what rests for you today. And if you have any questions during or after our gathering, or just want to give us feedback, please let David or any of the spiritual life team members know. So thank you, everyone, for joining us as we learn, explore, and experience the sacred.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emma, and I'm part of the Spiritual Life team. And I'll be offering a land acknowledgement today. So the title of my land acknowledgement is Embracing the Gifts of Nature. I stand before you today humbled and grateful, having experienced the profound blessings I received since my arrival on this land, almost 10 years ago. It's an honor to share my journey and express my deep appreciation for the profound teachings that nature has graciously offered. The earth, its infinite wisdom, welcomed me with open arms, revealing lessons of patience and nurturing. Through her, I learned the art of living, interconnected, understanding the vast possibilities that unfold when we tap into the harmony of existence. The trees, guardians of time, whispered tables of patience, and the understanding that each season of life brings forth unique gifts. They are a testament to the rhythmic nature of our existence, a continuous opportunity for growth, renewal, and blessings. The water, a flowing embodiment of life's essence, taught me the delicate balance between letting go and carrying forward. It urged me to hold into the deep, meaningful aspects of life, while allowing the rest to gracefully flow away, like a river shaping its course. In the short span of time since I became part of this land, I have come to cherish the profound moments when nature has guided me into planting seeds of hope and wisdom, the wisdom of the land, the patience of the trees, and the flowing nature of the water. In this tapestry of understanding, revealing the boundless gifts that nature has to offer. As we gather today, let us recognize the honor, the sacred teachings of this land, expressing gratitude for the riches it has shared. The land is the territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. The territory is the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and Confederacy of the Ojibwe, and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. May we continue to embrace the gifts of nature and the gifts of presence of each other. I also want to share that I worked for many years providing services for veterans, and this was a gift that was given to me, and I cherish it so much. And the gift of your presence today is also to be honored. I want to invite Andrew to tell us a little bit more and to share.
Oh, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Andrew Aitchison. I'm the admissions counselor and recruitment coordinator at Emmanuel. And it's always such a gift and a blessing to be in these services with you and to experience all the wonder that comes from our interfaith community. And one of the gifts in my role is to connect with other folks who are doing interfaith spiritual care work. And so we've had a neat relationship with the Canadian Armed Forces, who have approved our Master of Pastoral Studies program as one of the training programs for chaplaincy in the military, in the non-Christian traditions. So we've had lots of students come from the armed forces, and we have current students here as well. And so I am going to invite Padre Jean-Francois Noel to present us with a little piece of art that sort of demonstrates that relationship. So thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, and it's an honor to. Am I talking to? Oh, it is registered. Right? Okay. Sounds good. I'll use it then. No, it's an honor. So yeah, my name is Jean-Francois Noël. So you will talking about diversity. You will recognize my English with a French accent. So this is my French Canadian roots. Talking about here today. I'm Padre Noel, and I used to call myself Father Christmas in the forces. What? It's easy for the people in my troops to remember my name. We and you have met some chaplains here in Emmanuel College for a few years. In fact, we have a lot of ministers in the chaplaincy who study in Emmanuel College, and they are United Church ministers. And we have qualified chaplains who study here counseling, and we have also future chaplains. And like Joanne Uesa just completed last year, she's our first Buddhist chaplain in the Canadian Armed Forces, and she just finished her studies last year, and she's posted now in Kingston. And the last news I got, she was really happy. We're so proud of this collaboration with Emmanuel College, because we know that the environment here and the values of the institution is just a perfect fit for preparing and equipping future chaplains in a multi-faith environment and a complex world. And I'm pleased on behalf of the Chaplain General, Guy Bellil, and the RCCHS, I'm here to offering a gift. So we're going to unveil it, and then I'm going to give it some explanations. So this is a commemorative portrait for the Royal Canadian Chaplaincy Services, and that we want to offer to Emmanuel College. I'll give the explanation, and I'll give the why right after, but I'll invite the principal to come in front, and you can unveil the lithography. Yes. So this is a really important portrait for us, and it is called Stronger Together. And this highlights the diversity of the Canadian chaplaincy. And we have here 3 pioneers that gave us a legacy, a testimony of what it is and what it takes to face adversity and discrimination of all kind. Chaplain Andrew White was the first Black chaplain and one of the first Black officers in the Canadian Armed Forces in 1918, where all Black people were discriminated, but they decided to serve their country because he knew that he was full citizen of this country. So he leaves us a legacy of profound conviction for the dignity of all, no matter the color of your skin. Chaplain Samuel Cass was, Rabbi Cass was one of the few Jewish chaplains who served during World War II. And he took care of Jewish Canadian soldiers overseas and a lot of Jewish orphans. And Chaplain Cass provides us a legacy of ingenuity and spiritual resilience facing evil and suffering. And in the middle, you have Chaplain Wilna Thomas, who is United Church diaconess and the first female chaplain during World War II. And she decided to serve despite the fact that at that time, back then, woman in ministry, she was recognized as a chaplain assistant and not a chaplain, and she got a lower rank. But she decided to serve with dedication. And her humble way to do it opened the path for greater equity. And today, 15% of our chaplaincy is all women in ministry. So Emmanuel College embodies the heritage of Chaplain Wilnot Thomas, no doubt in my mind. They have in common their United Church roots and foundation and a real desire for greater inclusion, equity, and care for all. Thank you. And keep working hard despite challenges, because they are. But educating is a key for fighting prejudices, ignorance, and easily labeling others. Listen, I can say way much more things about these three chaplains, but you are invited. There is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send an email with a YouTube link where there is an unveiling of the portrait, and you can hear the artist who is a former military member, 35 years as an infantry soldier, and now he's expressing through heart. So it's really nice, and we have also our historian, our CCHS historian, who wrote an article about it. So I'm going to send these resources to the principal, and so we can share that. And other than that, if you need to know more about military chaplaincy, right after at 2:30, we're going to talk more about the role and job opportunities. But right now, what was important is to honor this collaboration, and it is really inspiring for us as a multi-faith chaplaincy, and for the mission that you embody. I hope it is a motivation and something that help you continue what you do. Thank you.
Mercy and thank you. Oh, photo a moment. Thank you, thank you. So mercy and 감사합니다. That's in Korean. Indeed, we are deeply, deeply grateful to this amazing gift. Not only it is a beautiful painting, but also what it symbolizes is even more powerful and beautiful. Don't you think? The first Black, the first woman, and first Jewish chaplain. And that's so much to our own academic mission and commitment to gender justice, racial justice, and promoting religious respect and differences. It also really, I think, Padre Noel or Christmas captures so beautifully that it really also demonstrates our great collaboration between this Emmanuel College and the chaplaincy work of the Canadian Army Forces. Right? Thanks to this collaboration, we not only have these amazing pioneers, we also have the first Sikh military chaplain that we just graduated last year. His name is Tajinder Sindhu. And as Padre mentions, Joan Uesa, who is our first Buddhist chaplain who just graduated as well. And many more wonderful current students who are with us right now who want to be serving military chaplaincies in the various places for Canadian Army Forces. So we will cherish this gift, put it in somewhere very significant so that we can all appreciate, get inspired, and carry on those amazing legacy that these trailblazers did it and make it a better world. Indeed, we are stronger together. Thanks again.
Principal Haran expressed our gratitude on behalf of the Emmanuel community for this gift of diversion and diversity and inclusion and service. And that's the theme of our gathering here today, as you heard earlier, of presents and gifts. But gifts come in many different forms, material, beautiful forms like this, but also in more creative forms, musical and artistic, different forms. Now we're going to ask Melina to come and lead us in a multi-faith chant that represents another form of gift. Melina?
Just realizing I'm not sure how to make this connect to the live stream because we have multiple singers here. Okay, yeah, so this can be sort of for the two of us. Okay. So this is a chant that I learned when I was a monastic in the Plum Village community, a Buddhist Zen community in France. And we had people coming in from all over the world. So I don't actually know who taught it, but someone taught it to us at some point and became beloved in the community. So each line is a different message of peace from a different religious tradition, knowing how vital not just the surface, but the heart of justice that gives the possibility of peace is in this world. So we'll start with the Tibetan tradition, Om Mani Padme Hum, a phrase of awakening. From the Muslim tradition, La ilaha illallahu, there is no God but God. Shalom, Shanti, so peace in both Hebrew and Sanskrit, and then Gloria in Excelsis Deo from the Christian tradition. So I'll introduce each part, and you can join wherever you want or not join. But it is welcome for us to sing together. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, La ilaha illallahu, La ilaha illallahu, La ilaha illallahu, La ilaha illallahu. Shalom,
hold that moment. Thank you so much for joining your voices. And I'm glad that we are a bit warmed up, because today is all about being together and being present with one another and seeing what will emerge together out of our presence. So with the Spiritual Life team, I recently shared an article called "Failure Makes Great Worship" by Trey Hall, and how his experience of doing improv, also known as improvisational acting, and learning to say yes and stay in the present moment and be vulnerable helped him to rethink how he approaches worship. And so after introducing the article to the Spiritual Life team and engaging in some improv exercises in our class, there was some shared enthusiasm to explore some of these ideas and activities at our interfaith event. So my hope is that we all experience that enthusiasm today. Okay, so what is improv? Improv is an invitation to play in the present moment. Though many of us think improv is about comedy, it's actually about being with, saying yes, and accepting offers and gifts from one another in an exercise of deep listening and responding, or giving and receiving. And while there is an element of things happening at the spur of the moment, much like traditional worship services or spiritual gatherings, there is a structure or a framework to each of the activities that we engage with. And then we have the freedom to play within it because we are all part of the game of the scene, or trusting in the wisdom and the spirit of the present. Also, I want to highlight at the very beginning the option to participate as an active listener or an observer, or perhaps both. And if any of this feels like too much, it's okay. We are all present together and we're already accomplishing the goal. So while I recognize that some people, for this exploration, it may take them a little bit out of their comfort zone, or maybe a lot. Our hope, thank you, Emma. There's some real honesty right there. She's nervous about improv, and she's the most active improviser I know. But my hope is that this will actually bring some people into their comfort zone in unexpected and beautiful ways. Perhaps this is an opportunity for folks to explore and share spiritual identities, cosmologies, and worldviews in ways that have not been represented in our interfaith gatherings. And so the invitation is to engage in activities that invite us to dance. And don't worry, figuratively, not necessarily literally, but that could happen if you are so moved to do so. And we will explore knowing that sometimes not knowing will emerge. And we'll share imperfectly, taking inspiration from the present moment and trusting in the beauty of each other's witness, connections, and experiences. So we will do this by sharing in both dialogical and experiential explorations of how we encounter the divine through each other's emerging spirituality. And through play, we have the invitation to experience giving and receiving wisdom, heart, and spiritual gifts from one another, playing with the unique expressions through our spiritual identity through embodiment and guided by our intuition, intellect, and as we explore what is possible, and maybe even have the opportunity to express what words simply cannot. Let's do it! Okay, so now we throw the script away. So actually, if you are able and willing, I would invite all of us to stand, and perhaps we can create a communal circle. And if that means moving some chairs around, that's okay too. So first of all, let's create a little bit of energy. And I invite you to do so by vigorously rubbing your palms together. Can everyone do that? Excellent. And what I want us to imagine is that by generating this energy, in our group we did a snowflake, but I think what we really need right now is the sun. So I am going to bring us the sun into this room. I'm holding it in my hands. And now that your hands are primed and ready, we're going to pass this sun to everyone in the room. And I'm going to pass it to my left, and it's going to go around, and all we're going to do is say whoosh. And then Andrew is going to pass it to Jenny and say whoosh. Does everyone get it? Let's keep going. Good. Sometimes it may move fast, sometimes it may move slow. Yes, that's good. Whoa, we got a big one. Whoa. Whoosh! Okay. Wow, that was good. Okay, so I'm gonna regenerate our ball. And now there's an opportunity. You don't have to keep rubbing your hands, but I love your willingness to just go for it. It's incredible. So instead, this time, there's an option to play with our whoosh. So if at any time you feel inspired, I'm gonna send it whoosh, and you can go, whoa. And if you receive a whoa from the person, you have to go back the other way around to whoosh. Does that make sense? And if it doesn't, let's just go with it. So I'm gonna send it again, whoosh. Whoosh. Whoa. Whoosh. Whoosh. That was a whoa. Whoosh. Whoa. Whoosh. Whoosh. There we go. Whoosh. 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 Oh, sorry, not that. Whoosh. 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 Give yourself a round of applause. Excellent. Amazing. I've never seen so many people go for the whoa so early on. That's fantastic. So we all kind of got to experience what happened when someone said whoa, didn't we? It kind of like set off a different energy, didn't it? So we're going to play with this idea, and we're going to engage in a little exercise. And so the first rule of improv is, does anyone know it? Yeah, say yes. So we're going to create a little event. So the first time we do this, we're going to say yes and. So we've got a big group. I don't think we'll go around in the circle, so we'll let this be a little bit more of a popcorn style. So what I'm going to do is we are going to have a dinner party, and we're all going to plan it together. Yes. And the first rule of the dinner party is saying yes and making an offer. So for example, I'm saying, we're going to plan a dinner party at Emmanuel College, and we're going to invite all of the faculty to join us.
Yes. And I'm bringing potato salad. And
Yes, and I want everyone to wear costumes.
Oh.
yes, and I want to bring my guitar.
Oh.
Yes, and all the costumes have to be homemade.
Oh. Yes, and it's okay if some people may need to buy their costume instead.
And I'm going to bring tomatoes to throw at Jaden when he performs.
Yes, and I'm going to collect those tomatoes up and make a special sauce.
Yes, and I'm going to bring some of my friends to join too.
Yes, and we can dance.
Yes, and we will all dance together. Thank you. Excellent. So what was amazing is, did anybody observe that there were a lot of possibilities that emerged? But there was also places where we said yes and made sure that there was some inclusion that also happened when things kind of went in a different direction. So think about that. Next thing we're going to do is plan a camping trip. In this case, when you respond with an offer, you're going to say, yeah, but, okay? So we're going to have a camping trip, and I just got this beautiful new blue tent that I can't wait to share with everybody.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Harvey.
Yeah, but I don't think either of those are gonna keep the bugs out.
Yeah, but lions and tigers and bears. Oh my god. Yeah, but the bugs are giant and you can eat the lions, tigers, and bears.
Yes, but what about the washroom?
Oh.
Yes, but what about the excitement it'll bring to all of us?
Yes.
Yeah, but some of us don't have a sense of smell, so we won't be able to tell. Yes, but what about singing by the campfire?
Yes, but who's going to bring the guitar?
I know, we'll bring it from the dinner party. Yay! Okay, that was excellent. And I'll tell you why it was especially excellent. You all wanted to agree so much. Even with your yeah, but, it was a yes and. And so we're kind of thinking about this in the way we receive unexpected gifts from one another. And also how maybe we receive people into our orbit who may have different values, culture, spirituality, and being able to say yes and learn and still holding on to our own tradition and also sharing our own ideas and beliefs. So we're going to engage in a little bit of a smaller activity, and I think there's probably about 20 of us or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the room in half, and you'll notice over by the windowsills there are 2 owls. And on each of those windowsills, there's one owl with white slips of paper and one with colorful slips of paper. And so what I want you to do is we're going to start with the white slip of paper. And essentially, we're going to practice giving gifts to each other. And so how this will happen is Rowena is going to demonstrate. And what's really fun about this activity is the gift giver gets to embody the gift however they want, but they don't look at the slip of paper. And the slip of paper is only revealed at the moment it's handed to the person. So, for example, Rowena, I got you this.
Wow, amazing. It's a very specific gift that's listed on this piece of paper that in the game I will reveal, but in this example I'm not revealing.
Yes!
Wow, amazing!
Exactly. Does everyone kind of make sense of that? If not, there will be a person from the spiritual life team who will be helping guide the exercise. So you can kind of orient yourself close to one of the windowsills. And also, maybe before you start, take a moment to share your name and your pronouns with one another. And for folks online, I invite you to take this opportunity, if there's a loved one who you're there with, or a cat, to talk about giving gifts to each other and what kind of gifts you might like to receive or not receive. Okay. So about probably 5 people, I think. Yeah, we can have up to 7 because there's 7 pieces of paper. Yeah. So how about this is a lovely group here. Yeah. If you want, you can join. I think you can join this group too. Yeah.
Go this way?
Sure. Yeah, you can join this group. I think I'm. Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just going to.
Oh, this is amazing. No, this is spectacular.
Oh, okay. I'll just give a quick moment for everybody to wrap up maybe their last gift exchange. I know we love giving and receiving gifts, but don't worry, there's another chance to do that. So hopefully everyone at this point has had a chance to exchange a gift on the white piece of paper, and now we're going to bring in the other owl and share the gifts that are written on the colorful piece of paper. Okay, so we'll follow the same kind of theme and just see what emerges as we play.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much for your gifts. Your gifts.
Okay, I'm going to. All right, I love all of the conversations and animated feelings that I'm experiencing in the room. So I just want to take a quick moment. So with your group, or maybe you want to merge into another group. I know some folks had to leave us. And maybe talk about, one, what it was like to receive that gift and how it felt, and maybe thinking about a gift or an experience within your own spirituality, cosmology, worldview, or a gift that you've received from your tradition that you might share with some of the folks in your group based on some of either a gift you received or gave, or that you know that you've experienced and you would just like to share in your group. So we'll just take a couple of moments to do that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
It's okay, I think we can. Of course I'll do it.
Thanks.
I'm thinking that, I'm not sure what it caused, but the idea of naming something yourself as a gift, so rather than like, so very personal.
I'm just going to bring our attention to coming back very shortly. So I'll just let everyone have the opportunity to maybe finish off the end of your last thought, and maybe we'll come back together, and you're welcome to take a seated place if you feel comfortable, or you can stay standing because we will be getting up again. Okay, we'll just take a moment, and we can all share eye contact, perhaps, if we're ready to come back together. Because part of deep listening is eye contact.
you for the gift of encouragement, for being courageous.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
wanted us to stop, but
I know. Yeah. I'm just very short.
just
Yeah.
wondering
Yeah.
when I come up, you'll
Yeah.
cue me, right?
Yeah.
Aaron, you got to do a little more questioning.
All right. I love, we're actually going to continue the conversation and our presence with one another, but not in a verbal way. So I like to think of these ideas and these gifts. We're all changed by each other and what we learned from each other and what was shared and our experiences. And so kind of to have a communal act together, we're going to ground our deep listening and presence as a presence to continue to grow. And so what we are going to do is take these seeds planted within us and let them grow. So sharing spiritual gifts with one another, we allow seeds to represent spiritual gifts we have received and shared, an opportunity to plant these seeds of hope, possibility, connection, care, and beauty that will continue to grow from the present moment with each other and from our presence with one another. The infinite present that will continue to emerge and grow into new life and new gifts. And that is a present to all of us. At the Monday gathering in solidarity to recognize the National Day of Remembrance of the Quebec City mosque attack and action against Islamophobia, the Deputy Mayor Malik talked about meeting the moment. And when there is uncertainty about the right next action or way forward, she takes inspiration from her tradition with the idea and action of planting seeds. So taking inspiration from our own spiritual traditions, whatever that may be, and with each other, this action of planting seeds can be a prayerful blessing, an opportunity to dedicate our merit, our presence as a present to one another, devotion, and from these gifts, we'll allow new gifts to emerge. So in a moment, I'm going to invite Mark and Christy to inspire our act of planting seeds. So I will cue everybody, if you feel you compelled to do so. In these glass jars, there are seeds. They're all mixed together. In here are little seed pockets, and you're going to simply take the seed and drop it into the pocket and let that be whatever it means to you in this moment, inspired from our time together. So I'll invite Mark and Christy now to lead us.
This is a gift of poetry called A Gift by Amy Lowell. Christine's going to play as I read the poem and reflect on the words and what you've heard here in this gathering so far. As I finish the poem, Christine will continue to play, and we'll give you a few minutes with that music to continue to reflect, meditate, whatever you choose to use that time. So, a gift. See, I give myself to you, beloved. My words are like little jars for you to take and put on a shelf. Their shapes are quaint and beautiful, and they have many pleasant colors and lusters to recommend them. Also, the scent of them fills the room with the sweetness of flowers and crushed grasses. When I shall have given you the last one, you will have whole of me, but I shall be dead.
This space is so wonderful that you all jumped in with us. We have a little space to share a bit more widely, and we were wondering, how was this experience for you? We all got our own little groups, but we would love to see sort of more broadly. Is there a word that maybe stands out or a gift you received? Or was it just terrifying?
It was really meaningful.
Yeah, so I encourage you to take those gifts that either are new to you today or are something you were reminded of in your own traditions and experiences, and carry those with you as we continue in our afternoon. Thank you for grounding and worshiping and playing with us this afternoon.